Motwani is a passionate educator, qualified chartered accountant, and an advocate with a dynamic career of over 10 years. She has a rich industry experience and teaching expertise in finance, direct taxation, accounts, and audit. Ms. Motwani has enlightened many learners with her incredible experience and the zest of sharing her knowledge. Today, she will be talking about competing in the global market, strategies for effective strategic management. Ms. Motwani, heartiest welcome and thank you for gracing this webinar with your presence. Before I hand over the presentation to Ms. Motwani, I would like to inform all the attendees that the question and answers will be taken after the presentation. You can type your questions in the Q&A box. Other notifications will be exchanged on the chat box. The attendees would be receiving a participation certificate on the registered email ID after attending the complete webinar. Over to you, Ms. Motwani. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. So, as Sayali introduced me, I am CA Rishita. I'm an advocate as well. Recently, I have switched to full-time trainings and now I'm a finance trainer. Also a part of IIM Sambalpur, IIM Nagpur. So, today, are you all ready to embark this journey into the world of strategic management? Great. So in the next 60 minutes, we'll explore the key principles and the key techniques that can unlock the door to business success. So get ready to master the art of strategic management. So let's understand by understanding what strategic management is all about. It's any clues? Yes, correct. So it's the process of developing. So in technical words or in easier words, it's the process of developing and implementing a plan. So you have to develop a plan and then you have to implement a plan, but that has to be based on organization's goals and needs. So, you know, it's like just we have to go somewhere. So think of it as a roadmap that guides you towards your destination. Like we on Google Maps, whenever we have to go somewhere. So strategic management is like that. So I'll say, okay, I have to, this is my goal. Let's say my goal would be, I want this number of sales. I want this number of turnover, whatever are my goals. So what is the roadmap? We will design that roadmap. And when you design that roadmap, now it's not a ready-made Google Maps. Here you have to design your way. So whatever you are designing, that would involve different challenges. Obviously, you have to identify the challenges. It's not that the journey would be very smooth. Based on, you will have to see that what are the strengths of our organization, what are the weaknesses of our organizations, of our niche. So based on that, what are the best strategies and what are the best tactics that will work for the successful accomplishment of this goal. So, you know, why strategic management is so crucial? Because it provides you a clear direction and purpose for your organization. By evaluating that, yes, where you are going and why you are going. Your why is clear, your where is clear. Now, let's say anytime we have to go to a party, we are clear with why we are going for a party and where we are going. So it's very easier to align, very easier to reach there. Why? Because our actions, what we are doing, the way I'm driving, that is aligned with my vision, mission, and the long-term goals. Right? So same here, strategic management ensures that the financial resources, whatever are put in the company, are managed effectively so that we can achieve the objectives, whatever we have decided at the start of the journey, and maximize the returns on investment. Because there are many people who have invested in the company. There are many people who have invested as equity shareholders, preference shareholders, debt. All the people are expecting what? returns. So to kickstart this strategic management journey, you need to clarify your vision. Imagine a future where organization thrives and prospers, right? So this vision as a guiding light, inspiring and motivating everyone. So it's like we are, setting the destination on our GPS. We know that where we are headed to plan the best route. And once we have the clear vision, the next step is to gather and analyze the information. So introducing the strategic management, which we will use definitely for unlocking our business success. And we will learn today how to effectively use strategic management to reach these goals and to achieve the business objectives. So, yeah. Now, once we have the clear vision, the next step definitely would be to gather, to analyze the information, right? We will be working on our strengths, on our weaknesses, whatever are the external factors which impact the organization. So by understanding that the playing field, we will be able to make informed decisions and adapt our strategies accordingly. So here comes the exciting part, which is devising a strategy, right? So based on our analysis, you can determine the best course of action to achieve your goals. This involves making choices, prioritizing initiatives, and allocation of resources effectively. So remember, a well-crafted strategy, I'm still at the foundation, right? So the foundation of success is a well-crafted strategy. We are still building the foundation. If the foundation is strong, then you can build any number of floors. But if the foundation is not strong, right? So now the strategy, without implementation, if you're not implementing that, it's just a pen paper plan. So in order to bring it into implementation, we need to select tactics that will propel your organization forward, right? So these are the specific actions, initiatives that will drive progress. It's like, it's like putting wheels in motion and watching your strategy come to life. Yes. Right? So throughout the entire journey, it's very crucial for us to continuously evaluate and adapt. It's just not the foundation is made and then you're done. No, you have to keep a keen eye on the internal processes and the external factors. Keep on judging the feedback, keep on reviewing the, like when we set up the Google map, it's not just we relax. No, at every obstacle or at every stop we see, oh, how much is left out, right? So we keep on reviewing that what is remaining, where we need to go, whether we need to change our plan. So my thought process is, yes, we will build a good foundation, but there is a possibility that on the way, on the route, we might have to change a plan because some external factors might impact the organization in another way. So flexibility and agility are the key to staying ahead, I can say. So, well, so definitely strategic management will give us a broad framework for long-term planning and decision making, right? We will be identifying opportunities, threats, we will be developing our strategies, and we will be capitalizing on those opportunities. And we will be obviously aligning our resources also. We will see what we have and what we have to achieve, right? So if I'm going in a car, the route will be different via Google Maps. But if I am going via bike, the route will be different. So accordingly, what are my business resources and what are my business goals, business objectives, things are going to be different. Now let's start with the step one, which was analyzing business environments. how to analyze, how to check what are the business environments and how important is that. So you can maybe share your view in the chat box. How important is to analyze and what factors should we consider in at the time when we are analyzing the business environment. Obviously, it's after we have a clear picture of the current situation, then only we will be identifying these opportunities and threats. Great. So when we talk about environment, the external environment of the enterprise is very important, and understanding the factors that influence the external environment, that is the foundation. Because to create long-term and sustainable business strategies, it is very essential to have thorough understanding of the external environment. It includes what? It includes competitive landscape, economic conditions around us, what are the regulatory frameworks around you, and what are the legal aspects. These four very important things. When you have comprehended these four factors, competitive landscape, regulatory frameworks, legal aspects, and the economic conditions, you can navigate the challenges and then you can leverage the opportunities which are presented in your industry. Because strategic management is not just making plans. No, it is about crafting strategies that are tailored, that are customized to your specific business, and not only to your business but the external environment around your specific business, right? So by taking a holistic approach and considering all relevant factors, you can develop strategies that can not only address the present challenges but also set your business on a path of long-term success. Because definitely today you have to be you have to foresee that what challenges might come after 5 years, after 10 years. The business might not remain same, all the businesses change. Like now, if you can see, AI is on the boom, so many businesses will change after 3 years, after 5 years. So being ready for that and able to foresee that future, obviously we can't predict the future, but able to understand that what it can be and how you need to align your business goals with that prediction, with the external environment and their impact on our business, you can ensure that yes, your goals are realistic and they are achievable, right? So this alignment is going to build a very strong foundation for your strategic decision and increases the chances of success, right? So yeah, identifying these factors. And so how do we go about formulating strategic objectives? Because that's the next step. Once you have thought about that, yes, foundation is built, but now we should know our destination, where to go, how to decide that, what are the factors. Yes, because that's very important. The power of a clear vision is very important. Definitely, because those strategic management is the blueprint for the organization long-term success. It encompasses everything, right? includes your mission, values, goals, objectives. But what is your vision? The power of a clear vision, it acts you as a guiding star. Like it inspires and aligns the stakeholders towards a common goal, because once you know the destination, it sets the direction and it provides a framework for decision making and resource allocation, right? So the mission and values are very important. A well defined mission statement communicates. When you open any company prospectus, you see there is a mission statement, there is a vision statement, right? It communicates the purpose and the core activities of the organization. So these values serve as guiding principles which shape the organization's culture and decision making. So we have to conduct an assessment of the organization's current state. We need to identify what are the opportunities, what are the challenges, and how do we craft the effective strategies and tactics. So we have to develop creative and innovative strategies that leverage organizations' strength and weakness. We also need to define tactics, specific actions, maybe also steps to implement these strategies effectively, right? Because however flexible you will be, however adaptable the business will be, we need to foster a culture that encourages learning, experimentation, and continuous improvement. Right? So there can be many things here. Maybe we can infuse creativity. We can think beyond conventional boundaries. We can encourage our team members to think outside the box and explore unconventional solutions. We can embrace diverse perspectives, and we can foster an environment that encourages creative thinking, kind of, right? So also I can say here that we can leverage the technology. Definitely we should leverage the technology, and we should do some innovation. How Wherever we have to drive the strategic success, we can explore, like, what are the emerging trends, what are the technologies that disrupt the industry, and that would create opportunity. So it's very important to foster collaboration among departments, encourage cross-functional teams, maybe capitalize on the collective wisdom and diverse expertise within the organization. Yeah. So yes, there are many other ways where there are many steps, because obviously it would depend upon business to business, right? When we take up a case study and then we think, oh, how do we put a strategic management in this business, then that is going to be very, very different. But when we are seeing a strategic plan from a general point, then we need to see, yes, okay, it depends on what my business is, what are the types of strategic plans, and which type of strategic plan would go to my business, would match the mission, vision of my business, what are the values which are related to my business, right? And what would align with my goals, objectives, and accordingly I would make my strategies, accordingly the tactics will work and everything will work, right? So these three elements obviously are very, very important, and we need to work on that: our mission, our goals, objectives, and our action plans, right? So well, how do we craft competitive strategies? Because whenever we talk about, yes, we need to take into account, we have seen what is our goal, what is my objective, where I have to go. I have a clear vision now I have a clear mission also, but what is the action plan, right? What's the plan? In order to get to that plan, we have to craft competitive strategies. How do we develop those strategies? Because all the business around you will be doing that. So how do you outperform them, right? How do you compete with them? How do you analyze what are your strengths, where you're good at, where you have some advantage that nobody else in the industry has? What's the best part in my team that nobody else in my industry has, right? So how would we think for that? How would we go for that? Yes, you can share your thoughts on this. How these strategic decisions, would impact the resource allocation. Because here, financial planning, budgeting, they are also very important. When you have to support these strategic initiatives, everything becomes important, right? Accordingly, we have to manage our risk. Like we start about return on investment. So how do we mitigate that risk in strategic decision making, right? So yes, you can tell me. Yes, this is a very good point. Analyzing your strength and weakness, that's the amazing one. Because then only you can develop these strategies that align my goals and objectives, right? We have to focus on creating a unique value proposition that sets us apart from our competitors, right? Because you have to think very, very practical to assemble effective team and also set realistic goals, right? So this we spoke earlier also, that we can foster culture of teamwork, communication. There should be trust within our organization, right? There can be cross functional collaborations to leverage diverse perspectives. Maybe we can identify key skill sets which are required here for strategic financial management, and then we can recruit, train, and develop a team that possesses the necessary expertise. And also we have to empower team members, right? We have to delegate the responsibilities, we have to empower the members to take decisions, we can encourage them to do innovation and creativity within them, right? So we can set specific measurable uh, goals, the goals which are attainable, the goals which are relevant, the goals which are time bound. If you might have heard of SMART goals. So in SMART, S is specific, M is measurable, A is attainable, R is relatable, and T is time bound. So your goals should be very, very specific, very, very clear, that here I have to reach. I can measure this. We go to gym, we measure things, right? So in business, there are certain things which we can't measure. You know, my customer says that, yeah, I am extremely satisfied. But what we say them, oh, okay, so tell me how much you are satisfied. Give me rating out of 5, right? So everywhere we go, people ask us, even we take a cab, that person asks us, okay, rate me out of 5, out of 10, whatever it is, right? So my happiness with that journey, that driver, Also I have to rate it in some terms or something like that. So we have to measure everything, you have to measure your goals, and the goals you set, that should be attainable, that should be relevant, obviously, and they should be time bound also. So it's not key we have started our journey, Google Maps is saying yes, we will reach there, but when we will reach, we don't know. No, that has to be time bound. I have started now. By the end of 1 year, 2 year, or whatever is the time we have set, we have to reach here, right? We leave for a party and then we put in Google Maps and then we see, oh, okay, I'll be reaching in 1 hour. Google Maps is showing me 1 hour. So let's say there is a traffic, so it might cause some. So obviously in business also, there would be some challenges, like there is traffic on the party way. So possibly we may be some hours here and there, but yes, we have to reach. Right? So what do? We leverage whatever whatever available resources we have, right? So yeah, this was all about goals. Now, second part, I'll come to how do we execute and implement these strategies, right? I already spoke about teams. How do we make about teams? How do we make about the targeted plans? And how do we work into realizations? There can be feedbacks for the teams, right? This is my final objective. So the final objective, I'll break down. I'll break down that into smaller goals, right? Let's say you have to clear a course. So we will break down that course into 3 different modules. Module 1, module 2, module 3, right? So you pass even after every module, you give a quiz. And then after 3 modules, you say, yes, I am done. Right? Even for any exam, let's say I want to be a CA, I want to be a ACCA, I want to be a CFA. There are levels, level 1, level 2. And then, so the main objective is being a CFA. And these small exams are these small plans which are set up for you. There are 5 different subjects. Why? And those 5 different subjects have 10 different chapters. And those 10 different chapters have another 7, 8 different subtopics. Why is that? What's that? That's breaking down of things, right? So that you can implement the changes even during the journey, keeping your targets again realistic and achievable. And probably with the help of this approach, you will be able to achieve your targets. Right. So any thoughts on this? You can definitely share. Right, because what I'll say is we have to leverage the available resources. We have to optimize. Let's say I have a car, so I'll go to party in car. I have a bike, so I'll go in bike. Whatever I have, whoever knows to drive will drive. We'll optimize the allocation of all the financial, human, and technological resources. Right, I'm just comparing everything with a party way. To not make things very, very dry and make things very, very relatable in our heads, right? So same way we have to prioritize investments that align with my goals. My goal is this, so my investment has to be this. So suppose there is a company A who has installed a machinery worth 100 crores, but I can't afford that. So I can maybe think of some substitute. My investments have to align with my goals. I can't copy my competitors, and I have to regularly track. I have to evaluate the progress, whether I'm reaching towards my goal. Right. So continuous learning and professional development is very important within the team. Being updated with the industry trends, the best practices is very important. Right, obviously there will be successes, there will be failures, but that's something which drives us to the continuous improvement. We can acknowledge, we can celebrate the achievements along the journey, and Also, we can learn from the failures which come in the journey. Yeah. So now when we talk about these actionable plans, when we have made these targeted plans, right? Once we have made that, there are different types of strategies which work, right? Which is growth strategy, differentiation strategy, and cost leadership strategy. So what are these strategies and how do they work, right? So these are the key strategies which we employ. When I talk about growth strategy, so it is a plan to increase the market share, market revenue, and customer base. Here, my focus is not on me, here, my focus is on finances. Here, I will discuss how the businesses aim to grow organically or through mergers or through acquisitions or through partnerships. But how will my business grow in terms of market share? Let's say 100 toothpastes are sold. So what is my share? How much percentage of the uh, product, the total sold, whatever it is sold in of the industry, how much share is my company getting in terms of sales? I'm talking about, right? So how do you implement these growth strategies? You have to explore different approaches, right? Such as you can say about market penetration, how deep the product can penetrate into the market. So penetration is kind of where we keep the prices low, so that let's say in the rural areas, people can't afford phone. In the start, when the phones were launched in the rural areas, there were no phones. But when you use penetration, you penetrate even the markets which are, you have to explore the unexplored markets, right? Market development. So whatever is the current market, let's say I'm a paint company. So I have to make sure that all the people definitely are renewing, are renovating, are using paints. Those who have already done, they will do it next year again. Those who are not doing, they should also. I have to develop my product and I have to diversify also. Like it's not key if I'm a paint company, I'll give only paint. There are 10 different options, 10 different variants, 10 different colors, and also there are so many products now related to it. Let's say I'm a phone company. Let's say I'm an iPhone. So I'll be giving only phones? No, I'll be producing phones. I'll be producing iPad, I'll be producing earphones, I will be producing charger, so many things, you know. There are companies, phone companies, which produces TV also. So exploring the entire market, right? These are the growth strategies which you need to work on. In different industries, there will be different growth strategies. There will be different challenges. There will be different risk. And you have to offer insights on how the business can mitigate these risks and can ensure the sustainable growth, right? So let's come on to the second one, which is differentiation strategy. Yes, what is the meaning of the word differentiation? Can you, how many of us know? Yes, yes. Standing out from the crowd. Yes, spotlight on me. So we stand out from the crowd. Everyone likes to stand out from the crowd. Whenever we go to a party, we feel yes. Everybody's business has to do. Okay, one example for standing out from the crowd. Apple, iPhone, yes. So, you know, iPhone, what's their cost of production? If you go into details, you will come to know they can even sell that iPhone for 20,000 rupees. But because they have earned enough money, they have done everything, but they'll not sell it for 20,000 bucks. They'll Sell it for 1 lakh. The amount also, and the business will still survive, not only survive, thrive, and have a very good success also. But will they do that? No, they stand out from the crowd. Why? Because they are giving you a unique, you have to give a unique value which is not offered in the market by others, right? So you have to think about how your business aim to differentiate yourself through your product features, through your product quality, through the product services, through the branding you do, different things, right? There are different approaches. You can innovate, you can give some such customer experience. Nowadays it's so much now that on WhatsApp we get immediately that you have bought this product, right? So do you want the other products of the company? Then they will make you to buy other products of the company. Some days back I was seeing a session, so they were saying that we are making an e-vehicle, and the e-vehicle would be transparent, so all the parts inside the vehicle, all the wires and all would be visible. So I don't know how would how would that feel, how would that be appealing to eyes, that I can see the all the wires and all inside my e-vehicle and I'll sit on it and drive. So but so all the people will not be buying it, but there will be few people who wants to be different, who wants to look cool, and they will buy. Maybe 1% of the people have bought. The other people who have not bought, might be they will also ride the wave soon, right? So this approach of innovation, of customer experience, different when we go to restaurants or whatever we do. What is it that makes us to come to the same restaurant again? Why do you go to a same restaurant again? Because there are so many restaurants, we can every time go to a different one. Customer experience, that customer experience which we get there, right? So you have to position your brand in such a way, right, that your brand comes first when in terms of whenever they have to buy something, right? So you have to leverage the competitive advantage, right? You have to, maybe because these differentiation strategies, they can lead to increased customer loyalty. The customer will come back to you again and again, and that will increase your market share, right? So you have to continuously innovate, keep on innovating, and you have to adapt to the changing customer needs also, because it's not that the customer needs something and that the customer would lifetime like that. No, a customer, let's say a person of age 20 would like to ride a high speed bike, but the same person at the age of 50 would drive the same bike, gearless bike, at the age of 50, very slow, very calm, going from side, right? Have you noticed that? So if your customer is of 20 or of 50 or of whatever age, definitely the requirements will be different. And the same customer who was of 30, now he is going to 40, right? At 30 he was bachelor, at 40 he has a family, so his needs are, and you have to consider that to serve your customer, because the customer is loyal to you. He is coming to you again and again. He's coming to your restaurant again and again. Earlier you used to provide him snacks, now you have to give him a full course meal because his needs have changed. Okay, so let's explore the last one, which is cost leadership strategy. Okay, so this is about achieving efficiency and value, two things, right? So, this is kind of a plan where we have to become the lowest cost producer in the industry. So here businesses aim to deliver the products or services, whatever it is, at competitive prices, while maintaining the profitability. I have to be profitable, but I will provide you at very highly competitive prices. So, we have to explore, we have to see economies of scale when we are producing on a large scale. We have to see what is the operational efficiency of my organization, and we have to optimize the entire supply chain. So, whenever we talk about successful cost leadership strategies, the different sectors would have different strategies. But the crux is balancing the cost and the value. So let's say I am offering you 4 products. Let's say you come for a McDonald's meal, right? So I offer a basic, a premium, and a super premium. So which one will you buy? Now, if the basic and the premium, so if in the premium, let's say the basic one is for $20 and the premium one is for $40, I'm charging double. But what I'm providing you extra in that premium is very little. So will you go for that? No. But let's say the basic is 25 and the premium one is $30. But what I'm providing you is double. So you will go for premium one. Right? Now, where is my profit? If you buy more. So I increase my price. You see all the brands, they increase their price a little, but the benefit they give is more, so that you buy a very big, you buy the better version of the product, right? So this is the general psychology of the customer. They take advantage of. That is one thing, but still, keeping the price and the cost differentiation is very important. So let's say I'm giving you phone A and phone B. You're buying phone A and phone B. So if the phone B is very, very costly, then A, but the features are kind of similar, you will buy the cheaper one. But if both the phones, the prices are kind of similar, but someone has very, 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 very good features, then you will buy the one with the higher features. So my crux point, let me summarize this. When I am getting a phone for, let's say whatever product, okay, a product of $100 should give the customer value of $100, and the product of $150, the value to the customer should be of 150, 160. Right? If the customer gets $200 ka value, $200 value from $100 product, then it will be a flop for you, because then the basic model will not work. Everyone will go for a premium one. Then why you have launched the basic? Right? So we want all our products to be successful. So we have to balance cost, value, and the features we provide to our customers. Right? So this is how businesses can provide cost-effective solutions without compromising on the quality, without compromising on the customer satisfaction. And I'll always highlight the importance of continuous improvement. Right? Everywhere we have to improve continuously. We have to have cost control measures continuously in the entire business. All right. So yeah, how do we evaluate strategic performance? Okay, fair. You have installed all these things, and we have planned a lot of strategies. Now, how do we evaluate? How is my strategic journey going on? How is the performance? Yes, I would love to know your thoughts. Because we already have had a thorough analysis of the organization state, which was when we planned. Now we will again have the analysis of the organization's current state. So definitely we will be saying what are the weaknesses, opportunities, and threats now. Right? We will be highlighting the role of prognosis in developing the strategies to address challenges and seize opportunities also. So, yes. Here, I can say about introducing the techniques, introducing esteem techniques, which are a powerful tool for goal alignment and action planning. So there is a goal and there is an action. We have to align both of them, right? So that is esteem technique. This helps organizations become aware of the actions needed for proper goal alignment, right? So we have to provide a step-by-step guide on implementing the technique, right? There are many examples where we can see many organizations who have successfully used these techniques to achieve their goals. Right? When we see how do we analyze? How do we analyze? So assess the organization's current state in terms of financial performance, market position, and internal capabilities. Right? See what are the tools, what are the techniques, how we can conduct a comprehensive assessment. You might have heard of this SWOT analysis word, SWOT, SWOT, SWOT. Right? SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Right? Which helps you identify the key areas for strategic focus. Right? So there we can address what are my challenges, what are my opportunities, and how do I make it effectively execute this strategy, right? Because the successful strategy execution is very important, including the communication, including the alignment, and obviously performance monitoring. So, we have to engage employees also at all the levels to ensure that, yes, they are also in, and also their commitment in the business. And that also again has to be continuously monitored. The performance, the market dynamics, the flexibility, the adaptation in response to changing circumstances. We have to continuously monitor everything. So no step is like one-time step, no step, right? So we have to keep on shifting our market because we have to we can't fix to a specific strategy. We can't remain stuck. So how many of us remember the example of Nokia phones? There were Nokia phones some years back, but what was missing was product market fit. Why it was missing? They tried to change also, but they couldn't change much. They couldn't understand what their customer wants. So as the market conditions change, it is very essential for the business success to adapt their approach to change with the requirement of the market, right? Our team will have to be with the latest trends, the latest technologies, what is going on. Like we discussed about, now there is AI boom. So this is the shift in the market conditions. So here also we have to continuously innovate, refine our strategies. As the whatever is changing, we have to ride the wave, and in fact we have to take the benefit of it in our own best way, right? So having a strategic mindset is very, very important. Strategic thinking in driving innovation, decision making, and agility is very important. And the keys to achieving business success, yes, I will say yes, it lies in the strategic management, because the process of managing finances and resources of a company to meet its long-term goals is very important, right? So when we talk about case studies of the successful enterprises, right? Now maybe when you see some real world examples, you will gain a deeper understanding. Like I took so many names, so many examples, because that helps you to understand the implementation of these strategies, that how these organizations have implemented these strategies in their organizations. Now, when we talk about Apple doesn't works on penetration model. It works on skimming policy, right? Because it is just having the target audience of rich, ultra rich. It When you buy Apple, when you have an iPhone, so it's the luxury, it's your status symbol, right? When we go to maybe when we are buying some basic model of a basic car, then we think of a mileage. But when I'm buying a Ferrari, then I will not ask them how much mileage this gives. Their mileage doesn't matters to me. What matters to me is that brand, that feel, that customer experience, right? So how they have played with the minds of their customers is the role of strategic management in unlocking their successes. At the same time, there are so many products which come from China markets, which are not very pricey. So there are so many products also where it is where the market is very price sensitive, right? People are like, let me choose the cheaper product. So there, or even if they are not, the companies create latent demand. So let's say when I talk about India, there was a company by Mr. Dhirubhai Ambani. It was Reliance. So initially, when there were no phones, the first keypad phones were launched by them. It was CDMA phones. It was a small phone, and everybody used to have that phone. So that phone, I'm not saying the people will buy the cheaper version or the higher version. It was a latent demand that no one needs it phone. We don't know what is phone. We just knew that landline which was fixed at one place. But what that company Reliance did, it created, you don't want now, still you have to buy it, because I am giving you such huge benefits that you can carry a phone everywhere you want. So if you get if the child gets lost in a very big mall, then you can find the child, because the child also has a small phone with him. Or wherever you go, everybody has their own phone. So there was no need, but still the demand was created. Everybody bought, because the price of that small keypad phone was so low that it would just cost you maybe an evening's dinner. So you will say, oh, let me have this. What will happen? Let's see. So yeah. So, this shows you the power of strategic management. The policies companies use, they used kind of penetration. They penetrated all the rural areas. All the people should have phone. Right? So, yeah, how they have driven their growth, their profitability and sustainability. This also inspires you to have the practical lessons which we can apply in our own organizations. We can understand the process of implementing the successful strategy, which is very essential for a business leader. So again, it requires very clear goals and defining key variables, because when we are investing in a business, it may be like 5 years, 4 years, 6 years, there is no output. You're just investing, you're just putting your money in and in and in, but there is no, it's just like a bamboo tree plant. You're putting water, giving sunlight, you're doing everything, but nothing is coming out. Still, you have to be patient. That yes, I know I have put in everything it required, and yes, it will come day. We know our vision, what we have to achieve, and we have established a plan to get there. Right. So, and again, it's an ongoing process, continuous monitoring. So, every day you have to water, every day you have to give sunlight, and you know that yes, once it fosters, then yes, it will go very, very high. Right. So, the proactive mindset is very important. It's not enough to have a plan and active monitoring, but that active monitoring, along with being motivated and keeping your team and stakeholders motivated, sharing the strategic plan with them, collaboration, communication, right? That is very important to implement a successful sprint. So you can create your own strategic management plan that drives your organization forward. Now coming to the some of the last parts, which is how to overcome the strategic challenges, because you know, when we go on a route, obviously you can see there are different ways to reach there, and how do we get that, what is the right direction, how work on these. So when you have worked on strategies which are for successful implementation, we yes, any thoughts on this? We have to understand our business. Yes, absolutely. Understanding your business, gaining the comprehensive insight is very, very important. Analyzing internal factors, yes, strengths, weakness is very, very important. What is my internal landscape and how the business has to leverage with their own strengths and weaknesses? Yes, it is very important. Definitely. So, you know, when we have just started with the strategy, it's not that every time the decisions will be right. No, we can't say that. But we have to take a decision to check whether the decisions are right or not. Sometimes the decisions might not be right, but we can give our best, put all the information, whatever is available in making that decision. Why decision making goes wrong? Because decisions are uncertain. If we know that tomorrow this plan A will give me 100, plan B will give me 200, so I'll choose plan B. But I don't know what will happen tomorrow, what will it will give me tomorrow, right? So when you don't know, you take the decisions on the basis of all the present information and also our own intuition. That is very, very, that's why decisions are very subjective, right? Because everyone takes it on their own judgment, on own capabilities, right? For me, a 10 kg bucket might be heavier. For someone else, a 15 kg bucket might be light. So that really depends on who is taking which decision. That's why some CEOs, some CFOs reach to very high levels. Some fund managers gain so much, like they have very successful businesses, and some don't have, right? So challenges will keep coming our way. We just have to strive our best to gain comprehensive, see the things comprehensively, and unlock your business successes, right? Have the sound understanding of whatever businesses you are. And when I say now understanding of the business, it's not, it's never understand the business today. It's understand that what this business will be tomorrow, because we have to make decisions that are for tomorrow. We are not making decisions for today. They would be creating long-term sustainable advantage, right? So because it depends on times. When there is a war going on, we see that let's say if we are if there is a fund manager, he has to buy the stocks of some companies, and he's seeing now there is a war going on. So he can buy he can buy such companies which don't affect, right? So if there is a war between two countries, all the people in other countries, um, the difference is not much. I still have to shampoo my hair, I still have to use the soap, I'm still going to have a toothbrush with my toothpaste every day. I'm going to have, irrespective of the war in XYZ country. So yes, this is the time I have to put my money in these stocks. At the time of COVID, only the pharma stocks were running. So the fund manager would have to see that, yes, this is the time pharma is running, but what is not running is banks. So let me put all my money in banks. And when the later on everything came up, gave a V-shaped recovery, then you can sell on. Yes, so that's a different direction for a fund manager. But coming to the general understanding of the business, yes, the business, when you're understanding the business, it's not only about today, but it's about how you see the business, what's going to happen after 5 years, what's going to happen after 10 years. So thank you so much everyone for listening to me. Thank you so much everyone for giving me your precious time. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Motwani, for a wonderful and insightful presentation. And we have a wonderful audience. They have thoroughly liked your slides and the information you have provided. And I'm sure that they have realized the significance of strategic management in competing in the global market. So I'm sure that they are going to use this information in some point of their lifetime. Ms. Motwani, I would like to ask you to take a break for a couple of minutes. Meanwhile, I am going to share a small presentation with our attendees, and I would like to tell them some information about UniAthena. So I will be sharing the PPT. Okay. So all the attendees, again, thank you so much for attending this webinar. And I, on behalf of UniAthena, I welcomed you all. UniAthena is a global education platform, and we have several programs which are going to help you to upskill yourself and be in that tough competition market, and wherein you will prove yourself. Let me start with telling something about UniAthena. UniAthena has been established in 2019, and it is an educational tech company headquartered in the United Kingdom. It is one platform that offers online academic and free learning short courses in a very affordable and flexible manner. This is, I think, very, very useful for professionals who have a lot of priorities. So I think flexibility is going to help them. And we have proud partnership with more than 10 universities and professional qualification authorities. Our courses are very affordable. We have kept the modules and the courses very pocket friendly, because we want our learners to focus on the output of the program rather than thinking on the cost of the program. The courses are very flexible. They are self-paced courses. Again, working professionals have their day tied up with professional commitments. So this is very useful for them. They can have the flexibility and do the courses as per their priority. Accessibility, again, it is a very good feature. Our courses can be accessed from any corner of the world. You can watch the videos, you can go through the learning content from anywhere in the world. These are our partners. We are proud to be associated with these brands globally. As I told you, we offer academic programs. They are masters, MBA. We also offer microcredits and doctorate programs. There are some short courses which can be done for, again, upskilling, or maybe if you are finding the need to have that kind of programs, you can enroll for our short courses. They are basics, again, very essential. Mastering, diploma, executive diploma, and MBA essential. Now, these courses could be anywhere ranging from 5 hours to 40 hours of diploma. You can get information on our website. As I told you, these are some of the features of UniAthena. We have flexible payment, pay as you progress. So, for example, if you have enrolled for one module, you can pay for that module, finish that module, and pay for the other module. So here, I think this is a very good feature for the learners. It is 100% online. You can watch our video tutorials, go through the reading material. You can access it from a laptop, PC, and everything is online. As I told you, these courses are self-paced. So if you are a weekend learner, if you are a night learner, you can finish all your professional commitments and study as per your own pace. If you want to spend more time on a particular chapter, if you want to spend more time on a video, it is completely up to you. You can very well do that. We have accredited university partners, and these universities are again authorized by the local government agencies. We have modular course delivery, so you can take one module at a time and finish the whole course. Apart from that, we have a personal tutor connect. So all our courses will be having a personal tutor. If you enroll for a program, you will be having a dedicated PT, that is the personal tutor. You will be connecting with him or her on a regular basis. PT will be helping you to go through your learning content, solve your assignment, submit your assignment. If you have any problem, you can always get in touch with your personal tutors. Okay. And this is an experience course delivery specially designed for you. I'm sure that we have learners from all the professional areas and from all the corners of the world. And this is why we have kept it 100% online, and there's a bite-sized delivery. You can also have a lesson video tutorial. As I told you, when you log into the program, when you log into the module, you will have a video which will talk about the concept, which will give you a gist of the overall module. Then you can have the essential readings. The essential reading will be an elaborative way of explaining the concept which is covered in that lesson. This is how the essential readings are going to look like. Then you will have business research information. Yeah, here you can again revise the concept, go through it in detail. There are additional readings as well and additional resources. So if you really want to dig into deeper in that particular concept, you can always access our additional reading. Reference materials. You can check all our offerings at www.uniathena.com. You will be able to check out all the programs, the content of the programs, the modules that are being offered in that program, and everything is being given on our website. So I recommend you to go ahead and log into our website and check out the details. These are our offices. We have 3 different offices, one in United Kingdom, second in India, and third in the Middle East. And if you are interested in enrolling in any of our programs, you can email us to admissions@uniathena.com, or you can always get connected to one of our admission member, who is Fatima at uniathena.com. And if you have any concerns, you can email us. We will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you so much. And we will be taking the question and answers from here on. Ms. Motwani, shall I start?
Yes, sure.
Okay. So the first question comes from Damba Edward. And he's asking that kindly guide me on difference between objective and a goal.
Yes. So objective is something long term and goal is something very, very short term. So let's say I am saying that after 10 years, I have to reach here. You want to be a CEO after 10 years of time. So that is your objective. you're looking things at a very long term. But now, in order to achieve this long term goal, which is actually objective, in order to achieve this objective, you need to keep some short term goals. You need to keep that, okay, to reach here, I have to first become a senior level manager, I have to become a director, I have to pass these courses, and I have to have this much experience. So these are all my short goals.
Okay, thank you. Our second question comes from, I'm sorry if I pronounce it incorrectly, McQuine Burhan. The question that person is asking is, regulatory framework is applicable in all situations. Is that correct?
Yes, because any organization, anywhere we go, we have, because if you are in an organized sector, most of the things work in organized sector. At least we all think of organized sector. So when we are in an organized sector, each and every sector, there is some regulatory framework. So let's say if I talk about India, we have SEBI as for all the security related things. We have RBI for all the banking related things. If we talk about the world level, so we have World Trade Organization, and there are several organizations. So everywhere there are frameworks. Everywhere we go, there are certain rules, and we have to be within those rules. So every organization, there will be some, not one or two, there will be many uh, you can say legislatures, many statutory acts which are applicable to that particular business, and it has to work within the four corners of that law, and those within the four corners of that regulatory framework.
Thank you. Okay, our next question comes from Umar Farooq. Is it advisable to change the mission statement along the way for either seize new opportunities or due to some failures within the company?
For any reason, yes, obviously, because the other day I was I read somewhere a story. It was of a bee. So a bee was trying to go out of a window, and that window is a glass window. So the bee is able to see its goal. What is the goal? That I want to go in the outside world, because it is of a glass window, it can see very clearly the outside world, but it is again and again dumping his head to that glass and coming back, dumping his head to the glass and coming back. Because it can see the goal clearly, it feels that if I push myself hard, if I keep this way, this mission, this journey continue, if I will not give up, I'll cross this. But it has to see that near to this window there is another window which is open. I just need to change my direction and go. So it was very easy, it just has to change the direction, and the entire world is open for us. Or the general example which I give is that um, when so yeah, this was a good example. So you need some time, you need to change along the way. You can't fix that, no, I have thought this and this has to work for me. With changing times, things change. As I said, now AI is on boom, so things will change. We have to adapt to those changes. We have to change our statements. Even the biggest companies change. Even I see there are so many companies, uh, they change their name also. There was Edelweiss, they have changed to Novomo. There was Angel, they have changed to Angel One. There was Facebook, everyone knows it has changed its name to Meta. So forget about mission and vision, they are changing their name also.
Thank you so much for good examples. The next question comes from Job Omwakila. Can you state and explain challenges when selecting an effective team in strategizing and fulfilling company's objective and mission?
Yes, there are going to be different challenges in different way. Whatever strategy I will plan. So let's say I have planned a strategy that let's say let's take an example of I was reading about one challenge, a company. So we have in India we have cycle agarbattis. So that is a product which you use to worship God, right? So what the challenge the company was facing, their sales were going up, going down, going up, going down. So they were like, why is this happening? Why is this going up, going down? Because if my product is bad, then let it go down, no? Let the product be, uh, why people are buying and why the sales is so fluctuating. So what happened after that, they conducted a survey, they spoke to people, they went to the store and spoke with the people that why is it, why you're buying one month my product and another month you're buying another company product. So this is like they come for grocery shopping every month. So it's not that they buy the same, because the perfume they want every month different perfume, they want the different flavor, the different change. So what do you think, what could be the possible solution? The solution could be like you can bring different variants or something like that. No, but the solution they opted is they, because let me come up with 100 different variants, still you have other products in the market to choose. What, how should I make you that you choose my product every time and then my sales go up, 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 up? They made all there. Let's say I am giving you 10 pieces, right? Let's say I'm giving you 100 pieces in one packet. So they launched 3 in 1. What happens in 3 in 1? Instead of 100 packets, 100 pieces of the same perfume, I'll give you 30 pieces of perfume 1, 30 pieces of second variant, and the 30 pieces of third variant. So this is 3 in 1. So in one packet, you have got 3 different variants. Now, how will you buy another product? Every time this product only. So these are the wonderful ideas different companies, wonderful solutions different companies face and come up with. So you have to, for this, I could give you an example, one or two, but if you, the best answer to your question would be go for case studies. Explore them. See, there are many case studies there. You will understand, oh, there are so many challenges that come up and how they face those challenges and come up beautifully well.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Lalmani Adhikari, and he wants to know, are there any navigations on the strategic planning for the projects with resource limited settings?
Can you pardon the question?
Sure. Are there any navigations on strategic planning for the projects with resource limited settings?
Yes, absolutely. So, here also, the same thing I will say, that if you want navigation solutions, then you need to explore more. You need to study more case studies. Then only you will come up with that.
Okay, thank you. Our next question comes from Mohammad Agiz Bakhtiar. What are the classic obstacles faced by business people when implementing strategy in the company? I repeat. Do you want me to repeat it?
No problem. So the challenges is, see, there are different kind of challenges. The challenges could be my sales is not growing. The challenges could be financially the sales is growing, but my profits are not growing because expenses are so high. The challenges could be whatever the company is earning, the amount is going to repayment of debt and everything, but the equity holders are not earning. So there could be different challenges. Now these are the head challenges I have told you. Now under these there are different obstacles, that why my sales is not growing. Now my sales is not growing, like I told you one example here, because there were variant issues. And different companies would have different reasons why their sales is not growing. Maybe my price is too high, maybe my product has quality issues. So we need to tap into the exact root cause and then find a solution to it, whatever it could be, the obstacle maybe. So the business 360-degree is surrounded by the obstacles, surrounded by the challenges, and the key to solving it is everyday work on be on your toes to solve all that.
Thank you.
And these
Then-
solutions we will not get on Google. These solutions we will not get on ChatGPT. These solutions you will always find from a human mind.
Correct. The next question comes from Siddiqui Sako. Did Madam Ruchita launch a startup herself to implement these strategies? We need her experiences.
Yes, so I have my own startup, but yeah, I didn't needed these strategies yet. But yes, I also face these challenges. I also feel that yes, my team, the processes which are aligned in my team, sometimes those processes don't work. Sometimes I feel it takes too much to train on the people. And yes, but we have to move on. We have to get the solution for everything, and we all have solutions inside us.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Mekinel Mataka. In formulating a strategic plan, should we also include a risk probability ratio?
Which ratio?
Risk probability ratio.
Yes, absolutely, because every time when you are working on risk, there is a probability that it will or it will not. So when we learn about risk management, actually that's altogether a different topic to think on, explore on. But yes, there is a probability everywhere, and we have to give it to that. Accordingly, you will find the solution. Now, if the risk probability is 0.1, so I will not spend crores to solve that. But if the risk probability is 80%, so I'll spend millions to solve that.
Our next question comes from Asimwe Joshua. And I think you explain a slide on issue of resources. He is asking that he did not understand it clearly. Maybe you can just try to explain it quickly.
Issue of
resources.
No, there were
Okay.
slide related to specifically issue of resources was not there, but in general, if I speak about resources, it's just that a business has to see that what resources I have. And like I gave the example that I have to go to a party, so if I have car, I'll go in car. If I have bike, I'll go on a bike. So whatever are the available resources to my business, accordingly I will take the call that yes, I have to these are my objectives, these are my goals, and to achieve them, these are the resources. So how to align them and get the best combination to get the maximum out of it.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Harrow Jerry Arthur. Hi, madam. Can you share an example of an organization's strategic plan? If you have any, we can understand what you are speaking about.
Right. So during the session, I have shared many case studies, different case studies, different strategic plans, which were relevant at those points, because the strategic plan has a journey from start to end, and wherever it was, I have put up those case studies there.
Okay, thank you. The next question comes from Javira Munianja. And the question is, at time we work with bosses who are against the professional ethics, and they will tell you, do as I say, not what you want. How can we bridge that gap?
I didn't got your question actually.
The question is, at times we work with bosses who are against the professional
Yes,
ethics,
okay.
and they will tell you, please do as I say and not what you want. So how can we bridge that gap?
Okay, so this is actually not a question related to strategic management, but this is a question related to our personal values. Yes, that happens at times, but and also that time you would feel, no, I need this job. I can't even ask my boss, but at the same time, you have to be like, you have to be with them. So you can think of working on your own skills, on your own self, that next time no one should have this much power that the person, whatever the person says, I have to follow. And even now, you are not in a position now to go against the professional ethics, to against your boss, but still, if you have your own values, then you can stick to it.
Thank you. Our next question comes from Daniel Opolot. How do you balance productivity, price of product, and profitability? Because in most cases, some seek competitive advantage by lowering product price and raw material quality.
Absolutely. So, when there is a price sensitive market, I'll use substitute raw materials which are of a very low quality. I'll maybe lower the product price. But if, let's say, when I gave you the example of Apple, iPhone, so there I will not do this. Now, if the Apple, instead of selling its product for 1 lakh, if it is selling its product for 20,000, nobody will buy, because then it is not a status symbol. You are buying it because it is pricey. So you have to it depends upon my organization is price sensitive or not.
The next question comes from Pius Tamate. How do we measure project success and ensure that project goals are met?
That during the journey, obviously you will be measuring, you will have some measure point, and for the end you would have your goals. Obviously it is a never ending process, but then you know your goals, and you know that I have to reach these goals. You just have to compare what processes you have laid down, and whether they have given you that output which you expected or not. So whatever is your goal, you can look at that. Now, suppose my goal was to get a turnover of 10 million, and if I achieved that, then I'll automatically come to know.
Thank you. The next question comes from Asimve Joshua. Is there a difference between growth strategy and sustainable strategy?
Yes, in growth strategy, the complete focus is on growth, but in sustainable, it's only about, yes, how do we survive at the moment.
Okay, thank you. The next question comes from Steve Ojo. Explain the corporate strategies to avoid that an organization should shy off to adopt.
Why the organization would shy off for any strategy? If it is adaptable, then I'll adapt. Then if it is not, then I will not.
That's right. Our next question comes from Eliseo Alberto. How to generate effective solutions to complex strategic management in marketing, and what are the challenges to overcome these?
So, yes, in marketing, there are obviously complex strategic management because, actually, this is a very deep topic, a very deep question. And I can answer in short, obviously, but to get the detailed answer, I would recommend you to work on this, to think, to research more on this topic, because there are several strategic management policies in marketing, and obviously there are challenges in that also. And because there is no one, right, there are so many challenges when you come up to marketing. And that question actually is of a different field, which is related to core marketing.
The next question comes from Namo Marunga. How do you determine an appropriate strategy for service business like a training college?
So let's say if it is a training college, so this again, the strategy would depend on the goal. It would depend on the what are my objectives, what are the resources available to me. Accordingly, I'll design the strategy. Then let it be a training college or any business. A strategy would depend on all these factors.
Okay, thank you. The next question comes from Andrew Konje. What are some key strategies that companies can implement to stay competitive in a rapidly changing global marketplace?
Provide better than others, be better than others, stand out from the crowd. If what everyone is providing, I am also doing that, so then there will be a competition. But if you are providing something different, then there is no competition.
Thank you. There is a question from an anonymous attendee. I want to start a plastic recycling company with focus on recycling sachet, water nylon, and bottled water. But somehow the question, yes, can you help me with the strategies or idea that will help my aspiration?
So that will, yeah, but that really depends the expertise in that field, someone who has, because the idea is that how does this recycling thing works. You might have got the entire sideline of how the entire process works. The whoever is the person who is making the strategic management, that person needs to know the entire process, right? So I don't know the entire process of that water recycling thing.
Okay.
That would really depend on that.
The next question comes from Jonas Yaw. As a security personnel and property broker, what measures can I put in place to generate and close leads on sales? What measures can I also put in place migrants and migration department?
Yes, so being a security personnel, you can maybe you can put migrants, you can for migrants you can put that verification process, you can put the stronger verification process you can take. And other thing, as a like in order to increase your sales or turnover, so if you are providing the simple security services, people will get what everybody around me is giving the same security personal services. But if you are providing them something extra, if you're providing them the security guard with some extra some bodyguard like, right, bodyguard like skills and something like that, so then it will be add on for people. So you can add on some services in your services to make it more attractive. So the crux will always be provide something which nobody else is providing.
That's the next question comes from Otiemi Genevari. I need a practical guide on how I can jumpstart my business, writing of a business plan, project, or a report, and how do I advertise it on a social media?
So this is a way, this question which you have written in one line has an answer of maybe 1 or 2 hours, right? Because you are asking how to write a business plan, project, report. How do you advertise on social media? To advertise on social media, there could be a full course of 10 hours, right? So on social media, then social media is again a big ocean. Where do you want to advertise? On Facebook, on Instagram, whether you want to launch ads or you have your own page, so you can boost ad if you have your own page, if you're putting your own post.
Thank you. A very valid question from Evaristo Danjana. What do you think causes companies fail to implement strategies?
So there could be various factors where companies fail. A, the factors could be internal. B, the factors could be external. So internal means that whatever I have planned didn't work well, so I have to change the processes. B is there were some external factors which are obviously beyond my control. Maybe government changed a policy, maybe cryptocurrency boom came, and or whatever changes happened outside the organizations. So now you have to this is something when we talk about continuous monitoring of your strategic management policies, right? So you can't say that the policies I have made on day 1 will work on day 19 also, or the day last also. So if you would have continuously monitored, possibly failure would not have happened. But if it has still happened, then again you can mold the policies, change the policies, depends upon what is the external factor or internal factor because of which it has failed. So you need to really work on the cause of it. What is the cause? Why did it fail?
Thank you. The next question comes from Johan Tete. Should the success of strategic management depend on certain organizational cultures? If yes, what cultures are the best?
Yes, definitely. It would depend upon the organization culture. And when you use a word organization culture, it is a very broad term, because let's say I assume it a work culture. But even when I say work culture, there are 100 different things come into it. It may be salaries of all the employees are not confidential. Everybody knows everybody's salary, right? In my organization this works. So this has some plus, because no organization you will hear this, oh my god, how is it everybody knows everyone's salary, such a huge team. But now there is full transparency. Now there is no chances of any issues coming up. So some person like me would feel, yeah, that's a wonderful idea. But you find there are all the companies, they give offer letter, they say no, this is highly confidential, right? So different things work for different people.
Okay, thank you. An anonymous attendee writes, should the vision statement match the mission statement of an organization?
No, not at all. They are different. They are meant to be different.
Okay, thank you. The next question comes from nowadays private companies are having a hard time to reinvent the management. Does this help? And this is a question from an anonymous attendee.
Yeah, but it's not that private companies are having a hard time. Why do it completely depends how they have planned. If they have planned things well, then they are not having any hard time.
Okay. The next question comes from Adewale Ajiboye. Can you please explain the meeting point, if there is, between strategic management and culture, internal and external?
So when I talk about, see, let's forget about meeting point. Come to the crux. Strategic management is about how do you manage things, how do you plan out, how is the journey which you have planned from start to end. And the second thing you said, internal and external culture. So external and internal culture, whatever is the culture, is the support system to this policy. So definitely they are connected, they are interconnected. The better the culture, the better the strategic policy will be. But they have completely, the existence of both is completely different, right? So depending upon the business, you have to connect both of them.
Okay, thank you. Kevin Benedict asks that how do I review and revise my plan?
How do I
Review and revise my plan.
my plans? That depends upon time to time. Suppose, let's say I have thought that I want 10 million sales till this date, and I found, oh, I have done only 5 million. Then you will go to the root cause of it, and when you see what is the root cause, why has this happened, what was the problem, internal, external, whatever, work on the root cause, revise your plan. Might be my plan, my thinking was unrealistic. 5 lakh was the better one, 5 million was the better number, and I achieved it, giving it the best. Might be because of something which I couldn't figure out, right, I couldn't reach to 10 million. So what should I do to reach 10 million? What things went wrong? Correct them.
Yes, thank you. Michael Bessa asks, what are some of the strategic planning tools you would advise for small businesses?
The processes is very important. Forget about tools. Have a clean process. That's it. If you have a clean process, then because you're asking for small business specifically, so if you have a proper process, that yes, here is the input, here is the, this is the processing time, and here is the output, so the engine goes in a way that is bound to determine success.
Thank you. The next question comes from obvious Simbi. And is it possible for an organization to adopt all strategies? To say, can an organization pursue a differentiation strategy at the same time being a cost leader?
So not necessarily all strategies, but yes, a organization can try being, see, a organization has many products. So for some products, it can use cost strategy. For some products, it can use differentiation strategy. But honestly, mostly I have seen that a company sticks to one strategy at a time. Because if I'm a company that I am standing out from crowd, I am Apple, then I can't work on that cost strategy.
Okay. Bonifacio Roberto asks, what are the risks of strategy management?
There are no risk as such in strategic management, but whatever is the specific strategic management way you have planned out, whatever is the specific journey you have decided, in that journey would be different for everyone, right? So in that journey there will be different risk, whatever you have thought of. um, uh, any example you can take, whatever is the management policy you have put in, every policy has some risk, right?
Okay. Libra Suetomo asks, is it possible to change the budget within the year 2023? And because of the budget that is set is not achievable due to the market strategy needs to improve.
Absolutely, absolutely. You need to, because this question is related to continuous monitoring of your goals, continuous monitoring of your progress. So if I see that, yes, my goals are not in alignment with the progress, with the resources I am putting in, the resources, the budget, the um, financial resources are not enough, then I need to change them. And you have to change.
Benjamin Sang asks, how long should mission statement of any particular organization be in use?
Typically 3 to 5 years, but yes, it keeps on changing.
The next question comes from Asimve Joshua. If you have perishable goods because of bad weather or transport, you get affected. Do you better sell them at lower price or let them go?
So if the goods are perishable, and let's say if I will sell them tomorrow, then I will get zero. Let's say the price is 100, and if I say no, I will sell them tomorrow, I will get zero. But if I sell them today, I will get only 50. So because they are perishable, they can go bad. This is sure that I will not get 100. But losing 50 is a short way to go to zero. Then
Okay,
it's better to sell, obviously. Better to, this is a kind of concept of something is better than nothing.
Mohammad Agis Bakhtiar asks, is data analysis included in one of the management strategies? If not, one of the management strategies, can data analysis be used to determine its own strategy?
Absolutely, yes. You can use data analysis. That would be an amazing idea.
Okay, thank you. The next question comes from Tamara George. What is the strategy to use if the leadership refuses to set the objectives and goals to be filtered throughout the organization?
Okay, so if the leadership refuses, possible the leadership refuses to set but you have to set objectives and goals. Unless you set objectives and goals, see, you're saying that where should I go? Because you are asking me ki, tell me the route on the Google map, but I don't know the destination. How will I tell you the destination? Or how will I tell you the route? You need to know the destination, and then only we can think about the route. There could be various routes, but destination you have to decide. Goals and strategies are important, then only you can plan about how to go there.
That's right. Grace Corantema asks, are the said business strategies to be used for service type of business or goods type of business?
Any type of business, any strategies you can apply that you will figure out at the time of implementing.
The next question comes from Pius Tamate. What are some of the strategies for effective project communication and stakeholder management?
For project communication and stakeholder management, these some strategies which we learned about growth strategies. I think that will be the best ones to apply here, because the stakeholders are always they always need growth.
The next question comes from Flavian. For recycling based strategy, he or she must ask such questions before crafting strategy. Why I need to do this? How am I going to do? Where and how for certain period?
Yes, correct. You need to ask questions before crafting strategy. That why is you have to clear your why first, and then you have to think about how. And yes, absolutely correct.
Okay. Thabo George asked, what are the measures of strategic decisions?
That would depend every time, because whether you have to check a height, the measure is different. I have to check weight, measure is different. So I have to, my goal is to achieve 100 million sales, measure is different. My goal is to achieve this level of customer satisfaction, measure is different.
Okay. The next question comes from if there are any templates to work with strategic planning, do we need to follow some professional template? This comes from Santosh Badhan.
There are many, absolutely. On the internet, you will find many.
Estefani Randriani asked, as a commercial executive for an online event ticketing company, what differentiation strategies can I use to convince producers to work exclusively with me?
Then you have to be exclusive. Then only they will work exclusively with you. You have to provide something what nobody is providing to the producers. Your company should be able to provide something like that, either in terms of the quality of the service or in terms of the price. So if I am able to give the same product at a lower price, then I'll be chosen. Or at the same price, I am able to give the better product, then I'll be chosen. These are the ways to be exclusive.
There is a question from an anonymous attendee. I think you have already answered this. Can you elaborate on external causes why companies fail to implement strategies?
There can be many external causes. No? There can be changes in government policies. What you have thought that my customer persona is this. The customer persona has changed. What customer requirement has changed. Market needs have changed. Demand supply factors have changed. Various things changes.
Okay. The next question comes from Shane Allen. In an era where AI is now available to use, will strategic planning prioritize a company's stability more than their employees' state of mind, since there's a chance that AI may or may not take over a person's job due to the efficiency?
See, this is a very future related question, that what will happen in future. We can't say that because of AI, what is going to happen. And what a company will do, that will depend on company's priorities. If for me, my employees are a priority, then I'll choose that. If for me, the profit is a priority, then I'll choose to work with AI and not with employees. But there are some points where humans work better. There are some points where AI work better. So might be a company choose 50-50 policy. That really depends on company's own ethics and value system.
The next question comes from Peter Boniface. Has information technology helped in strategic development of business strategic plans and objectives, and in what way?
Yes, absolutely. Because when you have to build a strategic plan, write up a strategic objective on a pen and paper, how would it be? So, start of Google Map only, from where I started. So, if you let's say imagine 20 years, let's go 20 years back. I have to go from Mumbai to Delhi, then by road. Then how would I go? It would not be very easy, right? I have to ask many people on the way, but now I have Google Maps. I don't need to ask what is this is technology. So for strategic planning also, you have various tools online, various internet tools, various like Microsoft Excel and these tools, right? So yes, so there are much more softwares available where you can plan these things.
An anonymous attendee asks that I want to know how technological piercing affects strategic planning.
I'm not able to hear you.
One of the anonymous attendees wants to know how technological piercing affects strategic planning.
Same way like I answered the previous question, that yes, technology affects strategic planning. If um, exactly the same question.
Onyenie Avanyai asks, what can one do when the human resource strategy does not align with the business strategy? This could be as a result of failure in the recruitment strategy.
When the human resources strategy does not align with the business strategy, yes, possible. And but see, our goal in strategic management is to align both. So you have to find out the way, find out the midway where you align both. You have to make changes to both of them or one of them and make them aligned to achieve your ultimate business goals and objectives.
Piyush Tamate asks, how do you create and manage product schedules, and what tools do you recommend for this?
Many tools on the internet to manage. There is Notion site, there is Asana. There are many. Just need to find out.
Okay, we'll take a last question for today, Rishita. McDonald Chimimba asks, how often should we review progress on our strategic plan?
Honestly, actually, that depends. But maybe if the business is very huge, then might be. See, it doesn't only depends upon the business. My business is very huge. A. B, the strategic plans are also not one, right? I have a big strategic plan, and in that strategic plan, I small strategic plans. So the big strategic plan I might review after a year, after 2 years, maybe. But the small strategic plans might need my monthly review. And there are some short-term goal strategic plans which might need my daily review, right? And also it depends upon the size of the business also. So like in this size of the very big size of the business, some plans would need yearly review also. But if the business size is very small, right, so there most of the things will be small only, right? So there you will need the, because the thing is, how do we check the progress? How do we check the progress? How do we measure the progress? So in order to check the progress, you need to review in that time period, so that it should not happen that the project failed and then you realize, oh, the project has failed. Before the child falls, we need to catch it. We need to make it straight, hold it straight, and then show its right direction. If the direction is somewhere broken.
Thank you so much, Rishita Motwani. Unfortunately, we couldn't take all the questions, but I'm glad that a lot of questions were answered and the doubts were clarified. So once again, I thank you all the participants for logging in and attending the webinar till the last minute. I am really thankful to all of you. And Rishita Motwani, thank you so much for gracing your attendance in this webinar.
Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so much.
much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for your time.
Thank you.
Really, please end this.